So Sam, why are you wearing a Kawhi Leonard jersey? Because I'm an absolute baller. That's why. I've been earning that sweet YouTube money for a year now. And in that 365 days, I've earned a grand total of... Nah, that would be too easy. We got to make a whole video on this. And by the way, I'm obviously not a baller. The very first day my YouTube channel was monetized, I earned a grand total of 3p. So if you're watching this thinking, okay, I want to start a YouTube channel to start earning the big bucks, my advice to you is don't do that. Start an only. Right, so my YouTube channel has indeed been monetized for 1 whole year. And I thought I'd do a behind the scenes video to just give you an insight into what you can earn, which is not a lot in my case, but also just tell a little bit about my journey on YouTube. So this video is kind of just for the OGs who have been part of the journey since day one. Some of the new Gs who are just interested in the channel. I guess some of the Pinocchios, right? You know, some of you nosy. I think we all are a little bit like that when it comes to money. So buckle up and we'll have a chat. So I just want to start by telling a little bit of history of the channel. So I started my channel in June 2020. So a few months into the pandemic. Earlier in the year, I had started my own business where I was running workshops, trainings and coachings for companies. And that was going well. And then I lost a load of work because of the pandemic. And I thought, because a lot of that sort of thing was going online, remote training, you know, virtual learning, I thought, well, I need to kind of showcase my ability to present, my ability to distill information, and hopefully use videos as a form of marketing more than anything. So that was one of the main reasons that I started my channel. And then the other was just boredom, right? Because I'd lost a lot of work. I had a flatmate at the time. We basically watched everything there was on Netflix, played infinite games of FIFA and 2K. And it just got to a point where I was like, I need to do something. I need to learn something new. So I started my YouTube channel with no kind of main goal of like, okay, I want to earn money through the actual channel, through AdSense. I thought that, you know, was only possible if you're a sort of big YouTuber, didn't really know the mechanics behind it, and just kind of got to work and just fell in love with just being creative. You know, having an idea, writing a script, filming it, finding interesting sort of footage to accompany it. And yeah, just kind of plodded along for a good couple of years on the channel. And like any other YouTube channel, you don't get much growth to begin with, right? You know, first few sort of months, you're lucky to get 10 views a day, if that. You're lucky to get, 5 subscribers a week. Yeah, my channel did that for quite a while. I wasn't really paying attention to the numbers because I was just concerned with just making the next video and thinking, okay, this is just like a catalog of videos that doesn't matter how many views they got because I'm going to like send this to prospective clients of, okay, this is like my presentation style if you want to do a workshop or coaching or training on something like this. So I was never really sort of fussed by the numbers. But as I made more and more videos, I realized that, okay, you know, it seems like small channels also do make money. And just out of curiosity, sort of looked up, you know, what it actually takes to get monetized and how can you run ads on your channel. And the criteria, which most people probably know, is that you need 1,000 subscribers and then 4,000 hours of watch time on your videos. That has changed now because of YouTube Shorts. I have no idea about that because I don't make shorts. And reaching that criteria is a long slog, you know, unless you're super talented or get a lucky break. For anyone wanting to start a YouTube channel, you've got to realize it's just a plod. You know, so you're plodding along, churning out sort of videos, not getting much sort of signals. Your videos are going to be shit. You know, I look back at some of mine and think, oh God, that is absolutely terrible. And you're only focused just to get better and better. And then fortunately, I did eventually get monetized, you know, sort of this time last year. But by that point, I'd almost been on the platform 2 years. So it took me 616 days to get monetized. So around sort of 20 months. And it took me 69 videos to get monetized. Don't be childish. Just don't do it. And yeah, turned on monetization. And the very first day that my YouTube channel was monetized, I earned 3p. Which at the end of the day is better than nothing, but it pretty much is nothing. And then as the days went by, that did increase. You know, there are a few days where I'd earn £1 or £2 or £3 or whatever. But we'll look at the numbers to just show you how it can really vary massively. And when it comes to AdSense, there's 2 main important metrics. There's CPM, which is cost per mille, which is basically how much money advertisers are willing to pay YouTube to advertise on videos. So per 1,000 views, how much money are they willing to pay? And this can vary dramatically depending on your niche. So if you're someone who makes like finance videos or has a business channel, your CPM is going to be like massive. Mine's like, I think average. It depends on the video. It can really wildly vary from like £4 up to maybe like 10, I think I've had. So there is a lot of variation and there's so many things that go into that. I don't really nerd out on this. I'm still doing this for fun. And then the other number is the RPM, which is the revenue per mille. So that CPM, you don't keep all of that. A cut goes to YouTube and then a cut goes to you. And that tends to be a lot sort of lower. So you might have like a CPM of £4 per 1,000 views. And then you might have an RPM of like £1. And that tends to be the case for me with my videos. Usually I think it's about like maybe £1 or £2 per 1,000 views that actually ends up in my pocket, essentially. And then one thing you also have to be aware of is that you can't always monetize every video. Particularly in my case, because I use things like sports highlights, I've had a few copyright claims, which basically means I can still run the video, but I can't run ads on it. And this is a little bit annoying because my biggest video, the one that's kind of grown the channel, I guess, the most in recent months, the one on Flow, that one got a copyright strike from Barcelona because I showed a 5-second clip of Messi in the La Masia Academy. Absolute snakes. They're just doing anything for money these days, aren't they? So that's a little bit annoying because that video's got like, I don't know, 130,000 views now and don't get a single penny. Which is fair enough because, you know, I am using stuff that's not technically mine. There are fair use policies which are incredibly vague. If that video was monetized, I probably would have earned maybe an extra 300 quid, maybe something like that. But hey ho. So when you look at your revenue stats, it shows you estimated monetized playbacks. So what that basically means is from your views, not all of those are monetized because of a few different reasons. As said, like copyright. So I've got, I think, like 10 videos that I can't actually run ads on. Then also things like people running an ad blocker. So obviously it's not going to run ads before the video. And then just things relating to user experience. So if someone watches, I don't know, a video before my video and they see an ad on that, YouTube doesn't want to maybe bombard them with ads. And so they'll just run my video without an ad, you know, things like that. Even if you get hundreds of thousands of views, not all of those are going to be monetized. And in my case, most of my views over the past year have not been monetized because it's actually been a lot of the videos that just coincidentally have had a copyright strike have ended up not being ones I can monetize. But hey ho, is what it is. So in terms of numbers then, we'll look at the past year. We'll just kind of rattle these off. This is all in pounds because I'm in the UK, but I'll put up the dollars equivalent because I know a lot of you guys are from the States, represent. Don't know why I said that. That's a bit weird. So February 2022, I think my channel was actually just monetized for the last few hours of February on the 28th because 8 monetized views got me 3p. And then March last year, we had 9,500 views. We ended up getting £41.70. I remember seeing that first full month of like 40 quid and it was like, that's actually like, okay, not bad. But then it went downhill after that. April last year, 6,500 views approximately, £23.54. May was 4,326 views, which led to £17.38. June was decent. Again, just over sort of 9,500 views. That was the first £50 month ever, which I was like, wow, 50 quid a month of not passive income because you put in so much time and effort to actually make these videos. On average, it takes me about 8 hours to make a video. So you are working very much below minimum wage. Well, at this point, at least. July, we got just under 4,000 views. That was then £18.12. Similar in August, where again, just under 4,000 views, £19.16. Pretty much same sort of views in September, and that was £20.05. October picked up a little bit, 6,715 views, going up to £29.27. And then November, that's like 4,500 views approximately, and we got £18.65. And then December was 4,142 views, and that led to £13.40. And then in January, we had just over 5,000 views, and we got £13.70. And then the channel did kind of explode at the end of January/February. Subscriber count went from like 2,000 to 5,000. So if you are one of the new guys, welcome. Really great to have you guys here. And yeah, even though that main video that kind of went viral, I couldn't monetize, there was a nice trickle effect on a lot of the old videos, which was quite nice. So videos that I'd made over like 2 years ago started picking up in terms of the money that they were bringing in. So the 27 days of February in 2023, because we had that one day in February the previous year, 42,000 views and £105.89. So actually earning over £100 in 1 month, that shocked me. That kind of surprised me. I was like, shit, that's some serious wedge there. So for the grand total of first year monetized on YouTube, we're looking at £371.23. which is obviously just over a sort of £1 a day. And yeah, that's awesome. Like, I am super grateful for that because this has just been kind of like a hobby, and this hobby is actually quite expensive. If you're kind of looking at the channel as a business, this thing is losing money because of the amount of investment that's kind of gone into it in terms of kit, you know, so cameras, lenses, lighting, microphones. There's also subscriptions like Epidemic Sounds, which I use for music in the background of my videos. I also use the pro version of Canva to do my thumbnails. All in all, it's nice to reclaim some of that money back. Luckily for me, a lot of those costs are expensible because I run my own business. And primarily, the channel is here to act as a form of marketing, I guess, for my business, for people who then perhaps want to work with me on a one-to-one basis. So it's nice to just have some of that money come back. But the way I look at this money is that it's found money. So this is a concept I heard from Colin Samir. So if you are someone who wants to start your own channel, like just check out them. They're the kind of like gods of like the creator economy, and they just know so much stuff. So don't listen to me. As you can tell, I don't really know what I'm doing. But they spoke about this concept of found money, which is just basically they see their AdSense as just money that they find, essentially, because it's not incorporated into the balance sheet of their business, anything like that. And because this fluctuates so much, so throughout the year, advertisers have different budgets. So the CPM and the RPM like fluctuate. You don't decide who advertises on your channel. You don't decide the rates. So anything that you get is kind of just like a nice bonus, really. And so it's kind of just like finding money on the street a little bit. Obviously not, because you put in a lot of work to get it. And it's nice to just know that what you're creating is valuable, right, to a certain extent. So although it's like very low compared to a lot of other YouTubers, you know, I've seen people do videos on this who, you know, like Ali Abdal and Graham Stephan and whatnot, they're earning like 3-4 grand a day or whatever. But it's just nice having a few pounds come in each month. It's not life-changing money, obviously. I can't live off this, you know, but it is nice to just earn a little bit from a hobby, you know, a little bit of a side hustle. So what are the financial goals for the channel in the future? Well, if I'm honest, there really are none. Because going back to what I just said a moment ago, I kind of see this as like found money. I'm just doing this for fun. I just enjoy the creative process. I enjoy helping people like on a larger scale, because I do work with people on a one-to-one basis, and I know that not everyone has the resources to do that. So it's really good to just give back and be able to help all kinds of people around the world. You know, I love having comments from all corners of the globe and seeing in the analytics that you get views from literally every country. You know, I think I counted, and it was something like 80 different countries of people have watched my videos, which I think is awesome. I think that's kind of like the most rewarding thing. You know, that's better than the money for sure. But if I had to pick one, I'd probably say I would like to earn £9,000 on my channel. Reason for that is because that was how much I paid to do my master's in performance psychology. And that's obviously the basis of a lot of my videos, using that kind of theory, applying it to different performers and athletes and whatnot. And so kind of just justify that I've paid that out of my own pocket and I've earned that back. That would be nice. If we do that in a couple of years, that would be great. If it takes 5 years, 10 years, who cares? We'll see. We'll just kind of keep plodding along, and this is just like a nice added bonus. And we'll keep investing the money back into the channel so that the quality gets better and you guys get more out of it. I appreciate this video is a bit all over the place and not really that structured compared to my usual ones, but thought it would just be good for people to see this, the back end. I think transparency is really key, because at the end of the day, you guys are giving your time to watch my stuff. It's only fair for you to actually kind of see what goes into it. And yeah, hope we continue to grow together, and look forward to seeing you in the next one.